Alright, so just wanted to film a quick video just to talk about three things that I took away from reading Arnold Schwarzenegger's biography. And I really like biographies because it really is like distilling someone's life and sort of showcasing all the steps they took to achieve what they wanted to achieve. And what I like especially about Arnold Schwarzenegger's bio is that there's a lot of people who become world class in like one particular area. So whether it's like an athlete or an actor or whatever the case may be, but it's very rare that someone becomes world class in multiple areas. And here's one person who definitely has done that. So he's obviously pretty well known for bodybuilding and acting, and then more recently politics. And one of the lesser known parts of his success, kind of more behind the scenes, is his business acumen. So he's made a lot of money through real estate and businesses that he's owned. So there's a lot of things I took from this book, but sort of three main takeaways that I took from it is, first of all, just a reminder that nothing comes easy in life. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in what other people are doing, like seeing like their Instagram or seeing even like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like him on stage or in movies, and it just looks so effortless. But reality is like there's so much work behind the scenes that you don't see that is required to basically get there, and that's definitely the case in this book. And there's sort of one example in the book of where he's first starting to train for competitive bodybuilding, and he's back in Austria and it's the middle of winter and it's freezing, and he's trying to get into a gym to work out, but it's actually closed on the weekend. So he literally breaks into the gym because he just doesn't want to miss a workout. And he breaks in and it's like, he has to use towels on the barbells because they're so cold that otherwise they freeze to his hands. And it's just kind of like, there's so many examples like that in the book of where he's just gone to like extreme lengths to move towards his goals. And it's a good reminder for like myself that if I do want to do like big things with my life, like there's always going to be a lot of hard work that you're going to have to put in. Second thing I learned is that it's always good to think differently to most people. And there's an example in the book where he's basically trying to get big for a competition, and he's got a really strong upper body, but he feels like his legs are weak. And so what most people do is they sort of try to accentuate their strengths and sort of show off good parts of them, or they try and take like the perfect selfie angle for Instagram or whatever the case may be. But he was deliberately actually hiding his strong points, so his upper body, and deliberately wearing shorts that basically revealed what he saw as his weakness to sort of motivate him to work on that and get better, which I thought was very interesting. And he's also got an interesting viewpoint on like paying taxes. He basically says he likes paying taxes because it means he's making more money. So he's kind of just all about like his mindset shift of, most people like hate paying taxes, they complain about it all the time, whatever, but he's actually saying, I really like paying taxes because if I'm paying more taxes, I'm making more money. So just an interesting mindset shift there. And one of the other things he sort of thinks differently about is that he seeks feedback no matter how high he gets in what he's doing. So there's cases where he'd win a like world championship bodybuilding competition. So he's literally the best in the world, but even so, he'd go up to the judges after and say, look, I know I won, but what could I have done better? Like, where was I weak? Like, what can I improve for next time? And just that. So even when he's at the top, he'd never like kick the clutch in and coast. And there's a lot of people who, when they even like achieve just like some small amount of success, like whether they start making a bit more money or whatever, they'll just automatically think that they know it all and that they don't need to learn anything else. And he was an example of the complete opposite of that. So the third thing I learned was that having options in life really does give you power. And there's an example in the book where he's sort of working out in the gym with a lot of people who are like aspiring actors, and they're talking and they're complaining about how they're having to take all these roles that they don't actually want to be in just to pay the bills. And he was saying how he was very deliberate about making sure that he'd never actually put himself in that position. So he had a lot of side businesses and sort of real estate holdings that were actually making him money. So he didn't actually have to take parts if he didn't feel like it was a good fit for him long term. And I think it's a good takeaway. And the sort of situations in life where like someone might work at a company and they've never even thought about like what would happen if this company went under tomorrow and like I lost my job. Like some people literally have never even thought of that, and it's sort of a good reminder for me that I do like to sort of think about what my options are, and sort of plan ahead. So you don't have to always be like all doom and gloom or whatever, but I've literally thought about like tomorrow if I lose my job, like what would I do? What would the next steps be? And it sort of just gives you a peace of mind and power to, it's like empowering to know that you can sort of sort out any situation that arises and thinking ahead in that manner. So yeah, that's, as I said, there's so many things I could talk about from the book, but I guess there are sort of 3 key points that I took away. And I think it's reason it's one of my favorite books is because, as I was saying before, like Arnold Schwarzenegger was just such a top performer in so many different facets, and biographies, if you sort of look at them right, they're almost like a how-to manual. So there's a lot you can take away to help you in your own life, and there's a lot I've taken that helps me in my life. So yeah, I hope you found that interesting, and I hope that helps a bit, and I'll speak to you soon.